car insurance, auto insurance, vehicle insurance. No matter what you call it, it's part of life for just about everyone. Most people buy car insurance once a year without really giving it much thought. Collision or comprehensive? What deductible do you want? How much liability coverage should you have? You've got a lot of decisions to make. In this video, we'll explain the different coverages, how the price is calculated, and how to choose a deductible. Let's start with the basics. The simplest way to think of car insurance is this. It covers three things: damage to your vehicle, your liability for injury or damage to someone else or their property, and the injury-related costs of anyone involved in a vehicle accident. Let's start with the easiest part: coverage for your vehicle itself. The parts of a car insurance policy that protect your car from damage are collision, comprehensive, all perils, and specified perils. In some provinces, like Ontario or Alberta, there is also direct compensation for property damage, or DCPD. While it might seem like your car insurance that covers your car is a no-brainer, many coverages are actually optional. Let's start with collision and comprehensive. Collision coverage pays to repair your vehicle when the damage is the result of a collision, but only when that collision is your fault. Example: someone rear-ends you at a stop sign. That will almost always be the other driver's fault. And that means collision coverage will not apply. But if you rear-end someone, it would almost always be your fault. In that case, collision coverage would pay for the repairs to your car. It's not just for accidents involving other cars either. It's also for collision with trees, barriers, buildings, hot dog carts, even the ground. Collision coverage is usually optional. DCPD only exists in some provinces. It's similar to collision coverage, but it's the opposite. Collision pays for repairs when you are at fault, and DCPD pays for repairs when you're not at fault. If multiple drivers share blame for an accident, they'll need both DCPD and collision to cover the full cost of repairs. Now, what about damage from things that aren't collisions? Comprehensive coverage also pays to repair your car when it's damaged. But this time, we're talking about damage that is not collision related. Think fires and hailstorms, vandalism and theft, and so on. To keep things confusing, if you collide with a live animal, the damage is part of comprehensive, not collision. Comprehensive coverage is also usually optional. Now, the last two coverages for your own car are all perils and specified perils. All perils is basically collision and comprehensive combined, with a few extra benefits mixed in. All perils coverage is the best you can buy. On the other hand, specified perils is super basic. It's like comprehensive coverage in that it protects your car from damage that doesn't come from collisions. However, it only covers damage from a short list of sources. Until now, we've been talking about coverage for your vehicle. Now let's talk about perhaps the most important part of car insurance policy: third-party liability. Liability coverage is for damage or injury that you cause to others while driving your car. This one is mandatory across Canada, so if you buy car insurance, you'll have third-party liability coverage. Rear-ended someone in broad daylight at a stop sign? Probably 100% your fault. And you'd have to pay to repair the other person's car. That's where third-party liability coverage comes in. You're liable for the damage to the other car, so your car insurance would pay the costs. Same thing goes for if you ran into a house or a fence or cause any sort of damage while driving your vehicle. Third-party liability covers settlements plus legal costs if things end up in court. When you buy car insurance, you'll be able to choose a limit for third-party liability coverage. This is the maximum your policy will pay per claim if you're liable for damage. The legal minimum for liability coverage in most provinces is $200,000, but most providers recommend getting $1 to $2 million. The third and last part of car insurance we'll talk about is called accident benefits. Accident benefits are a collection of many different coverages that all have one thing in common. They provide financial assistance to people injured in a vehicle accident. This includes medical rehabilitation costs, loss of income benefits, and even funeral expenses if the absolute worst should happen. One way or another, accident benefits are part of every car insurance policy. Now, we've gone over the basic parts of a car insurance policy. Some are mandatory, others are optional. Obviously, the more coverage you buy, the more you'll pay. The amount you pay for insurance is called a premium, and there are many factors that affect premiums. The biggest influence on the price, unfortunately, has very little to do with you. It's the insurance company's estimated cost of settling claims, all of the claims, in the near future. Everyone's payments are pooled to pay for claims, so higher claims costs mean higher insurance costs in general. As vehicles get more and more advanced, the cost of repairing them goes up, and so the average price of car insurance goes up too. Aside from that, your driving record, your vehicle, and how you use it will all affect the price. Unfortunately, you can't do much about many of these price factors. Your car is your car, and you need to use it. But there is one other way you can affect your insurance price. Let's talk about deductibles. If you make an insurance claim and it's covered, your insurance company will cover the costs of your loss. A deductible is the amount of money that you'll pay towards the loss yourself before your provider pays the rest. So, if you have a $500 deductible and you're making a claim for $2,000 worth of repairs, you'll pay $500 and your provider will pay $1,500. Deductibles get a little complicated if more than one driver is at fault for an accident, but that's a topic for another day. Your policy might have different deductibles depending on which coverage you're claiming under, but you're usually able to choose your deductibles when buying your policy. If you choose a higher deductible, your premiums will be lower. That's because you're taking a higher portion of the claim yourself. On the other hand, choosing a lower deductible will increase your premiums. Choosing deductibles is one of the ways you can personalize your car insurance. So, let's move on to the final topic. How do you get car insurance? Luckily, buying car insurance is easy. First, you'll need a few things ready to go. Your driver's license, information about your vehicle, like the make, model, year, and VIN, your driving history, including previous accidents and traffic violations. Sometimes the insurance provider can access this themselves. And finally, have your current car insurance policy handy if you have one. You'll have to provide some other information, like your address and details about how you use your car. But that covers the basics, document-wise. Now, you are ready to go buy car insurance. The traditional way is to wander over to an insurance broker's office. They're everywhere. But thanks to the power of technology, you can also usually buy car insurance online. You can buy car insurance from Square One online in as few as 5 minutes. Just visit squareone.ca or click the link on the screen now. There. Anything else car or home insurance related that you want to know about in future videos? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this helpful. Then, 2000, what? Oh, that's the end, no? Do I need to be pinned? Nope, we're already started unpinned. We're unpinned.